Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you are doing well. We are so honored that you are joining us this evening. My name is Kiana Gregory. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Director of Election Defenders this year. We are a project of the Frontline. You'll hear in just a second from Tiffany Flowers, our leader. And we feel really privileged and honored to be able to bring this space to you all this evening. We have some brilliant folks who will be speaking with you. Marissa Pyle from All Voting is Local Georgia, Gina Breedlove. What hasn't Gina done? Broadway actress, grief doula, renowned healer. So we're just really happy to be working with them and with you all to be curating this space. And I hope that you will enjoy it as much as we have enjoyed crafting it and thinking about it and bringing it to you this evening. So we'll get started in just another minute or two. If you need to grab water or do anything else so that you can be really centered and present tonight, we invite you to do so. And with that, I will turn it over to Tiffany Flowers, Director of the Frontline.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the very first Frontline Sanctuary. We're so happy to be back together with you. If you've been rocking with us since 2020, then you know the Frontline family loves to stick together during the election season. We've had dinners together, we've had concerts together, and this year we're so honored to partner with a world-renowned grief doula, sound healer, actress, and just generally magical and beautiful person, Gina Breedlove. So the way we're going to rock out together for the next Tuesdays from now until election night is in the Frontline Sanctuary. And if you don't know anything about the Frontline family, we welcome you. The Frontline is a joint campaign of the Working Families Party, the Rising Majority, the Movement for Black Lives Electoral Justice Project, and United We Dream. We came together in the summer of 2020 after all of the racial justice energy in this country was taking over the streets and tried to figure out a way to turn that energy into electoral justice energy. And we've been rocking together for the past 4 years. So this year, our offering for you is nothing more than a place to breathe, to be together, to share community, and to get a word from Gina, who has such amazing tools to help us all tap into self-care and self-centering tools right from the comfort of our homes or our telephones. But before we get to Gina, I would love to introduce you to one of our partner organizations and one of our actual partners. Marissa Pyle from All Voting is Local Georgia is going to join us before Gina to give us some information about the terrain in Georgia, what's happening right now, and any tools and tips that she can share to keep us updated and abreast of those happenings. So with that, I'd love to turn it over to Marissa. Welcome to the Frontline Sanctuary.
Thank you so much for having me. The Frontline, I worked with the Frontline in 2020 in Georgia, thrilled to be back for this cycle. And so I am based in Georgia. My name is Marissa Pyle. I'm the Georgia Senior Democracy Defense Manager for All Voting is Local. And for those of you who may not have, who may be in other states, or who have not had the capacity to track what's going on in Georgia, we are seeing that Georgia, much like in prior years, is one of the centers of a lot of the organizing and activism, not only from pro-voting and movement organizations, but also from folks who are trying to make voting more difficult and make it harder for folks to turn out and for the results to hold in November. And so one of the things that is coming up this week, actually, beginning on Friday, is that we have yet another, I believe the 5th in 4 months, state election board meeting. This summer, the majority on the state election board, it is a majority nonpartisan board, but the voting majority changed to be one that aligns much more with folks who are in favor of restrictive policies and who have advanced some very alarming disinformation narratives around what's going on with voting in Georgia. We have seen them move to pass over 20 rules less than half a year before folks head to the polls in November, while organizers and election workers and counties are trying to prepare for the election. Some of the most harmful ones that we've seen are undermining certification and, trying to set this pathway for potentially bad actors to vote not to certify and try to intervene before results are certified after the election. And what this also presents for us right now is a really incredible moment to organize and mobilize. Incredibly grateful for the Frontline for sharing, the current call to action. Our next meeting is on Friday. It starts at 9 a.m. sharp. We also expect it to continue on Monday. Most of these have been 8-hour a day for 2-day type of meetings. If you're in Georgia, we would love to have you in person. It is at the state capitol in room 341. If you are virtual and your organization is interested in supporting, what is really, really important right now is that you can help send your volunteers if you are a mobilization organization, or if you provide, legal analysis or policy work, to send public comment written to the state election board opposing currently 2 rules that would vastly expand handling and hand counting of ballots on election night and prior to certification. And so this is harmful because it just really increases the potential for error, for, mishaps. It expands the chain of custody a lot when we're already talking about very stressed and overworked and overburdened election officials. And so we are looking for folks to send in that comment. I know that instructions on how to do so will be sent out after the call, but we are asking in as little or as much detail as you can to send in a written comment opposing those rules. They are both proposed by Charlene Alexander, so you can just refer to them as the Alexander rules. You do not need to refer to the code section or anything like that. And the deadline is noon on Thursday of this week. And so the more volume we can get on that would be an incredible help. But yeah, thank you so much. I will turn it back over to Tiffany and the Frontline team.
Thank you so much, Marissa. Thanks for the good word. Thank you for the good, clear, and important information on how we can support in Georgia. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Frontline Sanctuary. We're so happy that you're here. And the information that Marissa piled from All Voting is Local will be shared in the follow-up email from this call. So there's no need for you to worry or rush to go find notes from the call. We'll be sharing all the calls to action and information out. So with that, friends, I'd like to prepare the space for our good friend, Gina Breedlove. You are in for an amazing treat. I hope you're comfortably seated or positioned where you are to receive this beautiful offering that Gina is going to bring to us. And before we bring her to the main stage, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about her. Gina Breedlove goes by she, they, and grace pronouns, is a sound healer, a vocalist, a composer, a grief doula, an author, an oracle for grace, a beautiful friend, an amazing mother, and a really, really, really important community member who does a lot of work to make sure that the people who keep this world running can keep on running. Gina was born and raised in the People's Republic of Brooklyn. She began her walk with spirit and sound at age 5, singing and toning and humming herself to shield her soul and to nourish her spirit. Gina experienced her first sound healing circles at her family's missionary Baptist church, not far from the Apache. Gina, you're gonna have to help me with this word when you come on stage. Bay in Florida. And she's toured as a featured vocalist with Harry Belafonte, with Craig Harris, Sekou Sundiata, Ronnie Jordan, and just to name a few. Gina has toured the world and is touring the world with her music and sound healing offerings, sharing medicine of grace and love in every way, in every day, and in every city and moment that she visits. She comes from red dirt, brackish water, moss covered trees, and a lineage of women who lay hands and source the timeless power of sound as a healing modality. And she's bringing all of that to us. We are so blessed and lucky on the front line tonight. My friend, Gina Breedlove, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, dear Tiffany. And that would be the Apalachicola Bay. Apalachicola, Florida, brackish water, the sweetest oysters. I am a little biased indeed. I'm so happy to be here. I am such a lover, a fan, and a comrade to you all. To the front line, I would listen to the calls myself in 2020, and you all got me through. So thank you. Thank you. It is my grace to hold this space, to share this space. And so, welcome, family. Over the next few weeks, we will be moving into rituals for releasing grief from the body, for locating where anger may be caught, and the weight of the unsaid, all of the energies that get stuck in the body that we may have a difficult time with when when we're moving through such big things like this election. And so there's so much more to be said about that. But I want to use our time together tonight for rest. So, as Tiffany invited you, I invite you again. Please position yourself in the most comfortable place. If you are able to lay down, please do. But wherever you are sitting, if you are sitting, allow the back of your chair to support you. And if you are moving about and gathering dinner for the babies or handling some other business, thank you for having us on and letting us accompany you. And so, please, if you can, take your eyes off the screen. If you can, if you can access the sound of my voice, please lean into my voice. If you are watching our amazing ASL interpreters, thank you. I am going to take you through a meditation that begins at the soles of your feet. We're going to move through the body. The intention here is a deep, deep breath, a deeper breath. So come go with us. Come go with me. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Please lean into what you see, what you can hear. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And consider the soles of your feet. Consider your body. Every offering here tonight is by invitation, which means what you can access. Some days, all we can do is access a breath. But go where you can go. Moving up the body, please. Moving up your front body. Finding your way to your root. In yogic science, we are going to talk about chakra body, that inexhaustibly beautiful mapping of the body, the 7 energy centers of the body, where bottom meets cushion, chair, earth. Bring your awareness as you are able to your root and breathe. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Again, at your own pace, please take your eyes and rest them elsewhere if you can. And breathe. Inhaling and exhaling Let us continue up the body. From the root, find your way to your navel. The space in between your root and your navel, that's your sacral chakra. There's so much incredible information about chakra body, and we will move through that as we go in the weeks to come. But I have a destination in mind tonight. So let's keep going. Past the sacral, past your navel, find your way to just below where your stomach area is. That's called your solar plexus. And then between your breast and the center of your chest, then the base of your throat. Over your chin, that ridge of bone, your nose, to just above the center of your eyes. There in the middle of your forehead, we call that the third eye. And then over your forehead to your crown, the top of your skull, your crown. And then family down your back body. Go to the base of your skull and then your neck. Vertebrae by vertebrae, find your way, journey down past your shoulders, bone by bone, bone by bone. In between each vertebrae, there is this spongy disc. Imagine it, see it in your mind's eye. Down to the center of your back, let us pause. And breathe here, please. And just take a moment to notice. Notice your hands. Notice your shoulders. Notice your back body. How's that? There we go. Yes. Notice there, from the center of your back, please guide your gaze to the left and notice the back of your heart. That's where we've been going. The heart. The back of your heart, family. And breathe there. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And just notice your heart. If you are able, please place your hand there and feel the vibration. Please place your hand there if you are able and feel the vibration of your beating heart and my voice and my drum and your imagination. There is a fluid that circles the heart, family. The pericardium fluid, as it is called. As you feel the vibration of your heart and imagine this fluid, please give it a color. Imagine that it is a new grass green, like springtime, and see it moving around your heart like a river flowing, in a circular pattern, movement, energy around your heart. And notice and feel and breathe and notice and feel and breathe. There are 4 chambers, 4 glorious rooms in the beating heart. In my tradition, the heart is considered the altar of the body, an inner altar. Altars where we bring flowers and fresh water and prayers and honoring, where we put pictures of beloveds, of ancestors, found treasures, things that we collect, things that we love. Imagine with me, if you will, please, that your heart, your living, beating heart, is an altar in your body, is a place where you go and sit and listen and locate yourself. Feel the vibration of your beating heart. Inhale as deeply as you are able through your nose and exhale through your mouth. If you are able to make sound today, exhale audibly. If you do not have access to your voice today, please lean into mine as you can. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Still contemplating and feeling the vibration, the energy of your heart. In my tradition, we honor the heart. So I want you, please, each of you, to consider right now what your heart has been beating through the last few months, the last year, the last few years, since 2020, since you were 3. Spend some time now, family, inhaling and exhaling and holding your heart and considering how it's been, what it's been, this heart that has beat through the unimaginable, through joy, through pain, through loss, through pleasure, through grief, all the things. Take a moment with your heart and please say thank you. This heart that has been with you, your constant companion. There, whether you notice or not, there, beating with you. In my tradition, the heart is a warrior. For all the ways and all the things and all the constancy. And so let's hang out there for just a moment with your beating heart. And inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. This new grass green, this pericardium, this river circling your heart. This beating heart. Be with it, feel it, and say thank you. And if you will, imagine. Come go with me. Imagine that you can reach through your skin and bone and muscle and touch it. That you can touch and feel the pulsing, the aliveness of your beating heart. What would you say? How would you speak to your heart? Well, we want you to speak to your heart like you speak to old friends that you miss, that you love, that you greet with alacrity and anticipation and gratitude. And in this meditation of circling the heart, of laying your hand and feeling the pulsing, the presence, leaning in, seeing if you could catch that frequency of sound, your heart. We want you to remember that this is where you can go. This beating heart, this pausing for a moment and locating that, finding your way. When you feel afraid, when you feel overwhelmed, when you need a minute to pause, this is a place where you can go. Your heart, your own body. Take a minute, take a breath, lay your hand there if you are able, or just turn your awareness to it. I need a minute. need a minute and feel it, find it, and listen to it, and breathe, inhaling deeply and exhaling until the heart slows a bit if it's been racing, until it calms, until you can remember things like your name, like what you love, like who you love, like what's the plan, right? Like your comrades, like the big vision. In a I am practicing simultaneity kind of way. I can see the hard and feel, but I can also believe and dream and trust and lean in to community, to the life I am giving myself, to what I am reaching for, to the dreams of my heart, 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 your heart, our hearts. And breathe. Notice your shoulders, drop them if they're riding high. And notice your back body, lean back if you are able. And keep your hand over your heart if you can, and feel the vibration. And if you are walking and listening to us right now, or having to do other things and have us on, take a moment and notice your breath. If you can pause for a moment, place your hand over your heart, give thanks. And breathe. Breathe and breathe. Inhale as deeply as you are able and exhaling. Dear family, imagine that every one of us on the call, listening to my drum and sharing this agreement around loving up on the heart, imagine that our hearts now are beating in tandem, in time, in step with each other. Imagine that. I have read some studies, many studies, about how lovers, beloveds, hearts will beat at the same time when they are in each other's presence. But my beloved told me that can happen at band practice. Can you imagine that? In a band, in a marching band, where folk are together playing their instruments and everybody knows their position and coming in on time, joyous, interested, curious, happy to be with each other, playing their instrument, and their hearts are beating in time to the music in this shared intention of bringing joy to the peoples. It can happen with any of us, standing together, linking arms, linking ideas in shared agreement of liberation, in shared agreement of love, agency, autonomy, in shared agreement of sovereignty. Our hearts can beat in time around these things. And in ritualizing rest, right? What does care look like? Each of us may have a different answer. But now, let us just lean into the heart, into the breath, into the pause. Pause, pausing, pause. My spirit tells me, grace tells me, pause is an acronym for presence awareness using sacred expression. The sacred expression is breath. And like the beating heart, breathing in our beating heart is something that we all us humans, have in common. I I exhale and you inhale. I inhale and you exhale. We are sharing air and space and time. What is the world? We are co-creating. How are we using the power of our beating heart, our imagination, our sight, inner sight? How are we using our words? What are we building with each other? In this moment, we are building a shared agreement of a deep breath, a moment. Vision with me now, family, in your mind's eye, moving from your beating heart, the back body, turn to your right. There, just under your rib cage, is your liver. Your liver, the dark, dark liver, to quote our Empress Toni Morrison. Contemplate, imagine, place your hand there if you are able, just there. And as you are holding your liver, holding your body, holding yourself, inhale and exhale at your own pace. I want you please to soften, close your eyes if you can, and imagine a field of yellow flowers, a field of yellow flowers, your liver covered in a field of yellow flowers. Imagine that, family. Imagine the fragrance of it. Imagine the ease and the beauty. Just imagine, we're trying something here. We are making pretend, as my grandchildren say. Turning toward your liver in your mind's eye with your hand there, holding your own body, a field of yellow flowers. See it. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. See this. Can you smell the fragrance? Do you have a favorite flower? Mine is the peony because it keeps opening and opening and opening. But I also love roses, yellow roses. What's yours? Your scent. We are bringing the ease and the beauty and the grace with our mind's eye, with our intention, our powerful intention and attention on the liver. And we are imagining that if you opened your eyes and looked down at your body, that yellow light would just be emanating. Beauty, peace, and ease. Inhale and exhale at your own pace, beloved family, and lean into this imagery. Again, our hearts are beating in time and in tandem and in shared agreement here of rest and a deep breath with each other. And then please return to your spine, right? From the center of your back, your heart here and your liver here, the back of your heart and the back of your liver. Continue your journey down vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae until you come to your kidneys. Your kidneys, these two small organs anchoring either side of your spine. Consider your kidneys as you inhale and exhale. And if you're able to touch your body there, do, and breathe into your hand. If you're not able to touch your body there, do it in the imaginal. Imagine your kidneys and breathe. Inhaling deeply into your back body and then exhaling at your own pace, audibly or silently as you wish. And noticing your kidneys. Sometimes the body will have messages for you. Sometimes it will say, I need water. I need some nettle tea. I need more rest. I need that medicine bath you've been talking about taking. I need you to boil some bay leaves tonight, pour it into a full bath, and let me sit and sip some clear water and rest. What are your kidneys saying to you tonight? Inhale and exhale into your body that you own. And notice. A big, tall glass of fresh water. Maybe put some cucumber or mint. How do you like your water? And sip and chill in that bath, or take that medicine rinse into the shower and pour it over their neck and the back of your throat and over your kidneys and maybe over your crown. And consider your kidneys. And breathe and listen. If you will, let's sing a song to the kidneys. What song would you sing? What song would you sing to your back body, working so hard every day on your behalf? What song would you sing of ease, of gratitude? You make me happy that you can bear. Little Frankie Beverly sneaking in. What song would you sing, fam? We gotta have a song of gratitude for our bodies, for our heart, for our liver, for our pancreas, for our spleen, for our intestines, for our lungs, for our back body. Inhaling and exhaling. And consider and give thanks for your beautiful body that is holding you every day. And if the kidneys want more water, well, you know what to do. Let us continue down the back body and find your way, please, to your sacrum. That's the tip, the tail of your body, of your back body, of your spine. And consider and breathe and rest there for a moment. And then journeying all the way down to where your back body ends, and then up the front body again. And now bring your awareness to your skin. Your skin, the largest organ on your body. Thousands, literally thousands of pores cover your skin, family. I think of them as entry points for sound. I know they have another function. But sound, what are we listening to? What is the song we sing about ourselves when no one else can hear? Let us sing a song about appreciation and sweetness and gentle touch and warmth and Let us sing a song about joyful movement, dancing, resting, holding ourselves. And let us imagine a word, just one word. We're going to be quiet for a moment. So please, everyone, close your eyes, count to 5 slowly. And then on the inhale, inhaling as deeply as you are able through your nose, and then exhaling through your mouth, giving it sound if you can. And if not, lean into my voice, into the knowing. Now, what is your one word? Did you find one? May I share mine with you? Grace. Grace all day. Grace in all things. Grace, all things under grace. Benevolence, an endless holding and reaching. A seeing you as I know you are, the highest and the best for us as a community. Grace. What's yours? Whatever your word is, what came to mind, I encourage you to let that word be something that feels like it vibrates in a high vibration, that it vibrates in ways that makes you feel held. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's the voice. What is your word? What is your word, family? Cover yourself with your word, if you will now, please. In your thought, I see grace bouncing, moving around the body. I see grace uncovering. In my imagination, all of us together, just grace raining down like soft shower on the skin. Don't we need some grace? Ashe and amen. And from your tradition, however you honor a thing in your language, from your tongue, grace, or love, or peace, or freedom, or liberation, or us, or now. What is your word? Do lean into it, because your word, if you think it or you speak it, right? And your beating heart, right? When you locate your heart with your breath and your palm and feeling the vibration and remembering, imagining and remembering, treating your heart, honoring your beating heart as a place of respite, right? At the center of your heart. Place your word. Let us bring the two things together. Your word in your heart, maybe the energetic of it moving around that pericardium fluid, right? That circles and supports and also protects that vital organ. All in the imaginal. Your words spoken to yourself, landing on your skin, traveling through your blood, finding its way with that fresh oxygenated breath, that oxygenated blood around your organs and your word. Fam, in a we can bend time kind of way, right? in a I can see the future kind of way. I have been to the future and we win kind of way. Visioning, drawing up the power of your breath and the frequency that emanates from your body in shared agreement, us together in shared agreement. And let us hold that for a moment, please, and breathe. And breathe. Imagine with me that all of our hearts are beating in shared agreement and in tandem with the breath, with our word, with our song of gratitude for our own bodies, right? Because once we are pouring into ourselves in the ways that we can, we are able to send that sound forth, that energy forth, in shared agreement. And family, before we turn toward closing our time together, this moving through the body in the imaginal, through sound, through voice, through breath, through considering, through visioning, all that we have done, sometimes will dislodge, will create an opportunity to access some grief that is in the body, that gets caught in the weight of the unsaid, caught in the stomach area, caught in that pain in your neck, caught. Happens. If, as you move through the rest of your evening and you feel grief rising, and if you are able, I encourage you, I urge you, please turn toward it the way we would turn toward a big wave coming our way. And we learned as children, right, that wave is coming, you dive under. Right? You go into it and you allow it. Sometimes it gets caught and it's hard to access. So, I have these rituals, these practices where I'll go and find 20 minutes of the saddest, most beautiful movie I've ever seen. Make sure it ends well. That's really important. But these moments, right? For me, it's The Color Purple. Those 20 minutes where Celia is seeing Nettie across that field, and I do mean the original. Seeing them across that field and they start moving toward each other, honey, lays me out every time. And when I'm crying, because the body doesn't care while you're moving grief, it just is relieved that things are moving, just leaning into it, just allowing all of it to move out of my body. The fear, the grief, the witnessing of hard things in our world community, pain and grief and horror. Moving it out of the body helps me to show up and hold my position, right? And whatever your position is, as a sister, a brother, an auntie, a nibbling, a sibling, the they, the us, the we, the them of it all. Community, what makes up community, right? The binary, non-binariness of it all. Who you be, how you know yourself to be. Moving grief allows us to access our power, our magic, our medicine, our purpose, each other. So if that happens after we have journeyed around the heart, because the heart can hold some things, as you are able, please allow. Get into some water, drink some water. There are some rituals for some medicine baths, some bay leaf tea bath, some rose tea bath. Take care of yourselves. If you find that it gets caught right here and it won't move, what's the song that you hear? The song that you will play on repeat, where you'll sing along or hum or listen, and then it just has you moving, that energy. Turn toward it purposefully, with intention. That is one way to care for ourselves. And so, family, we are moving toward closing. I thank you for those of you who were able to stay, and those of you who came and couldn't stay, and those of you who will come back and tell your folk about it. Come back. We will be here every Tuesday evening at 6:30. We're going to open up this space until and including election night. It is my privilege to hold and be and share. And so let us turn toward sealing shut the spaces that we have opened between us. Again, if you can, please soften or close your eyes. And from your tradition, how do you close a prayer? How do you close a ritual, a moment, whatever language feels accessible and right for you? We are closing this space, right? So please, from deep beneath the soil that is supporting your dwelling where you be, and as we opened, we honored the ancestors of the land, those who have come before, and the memory that exists in the soil. From deep beneath this holding of your life, of your home, wherever you are standing at this moment, so way above us, fam, the beings that we call stars, sealing and closing and shutting this moment. Closing it shut. It is done. Those who walk with you will walk with you, and those who walk with me will walk with me. As you inhale and exhale into your miraculous body, and remembering the frequency of the heart and the power and the fields of yellow around your liver, your back body, your kidneys, expanding with fresh water and your attention, in all of the places in your skin. A soft word, a kind word, a beautiful regard for each other and for ourselves. That is how we close this moment. And we will look for you. We will look for you next Tuesday. Until then, take good care of yourself and be well. Thank you. Thank you so much, family.